What's up,
Good
everybody?
afternoon. Sorry, Nick, I stepped on you.
Oh, it's okay. I was going to do the intro, but you know what? You take it away, Stowe.
That's okay. I got to be Jim earlier. You could be Jim for the afternoon. You go ahead. You talk
Good
to us, Nick.
afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Trade the Close with OrderFlow Labs. It's your best friends here, Nick and Stowe. We're going to be you guys have us for an extra 15 minutes today. There's unfortunately no hot commodities, so you don't get any great information from very knowledgeable people. You're kind of stuck with the goons here, pressing buttons and hoping for the best. So, welcome. If you've never seen us trade, this should be hopefully an entertaining session for the rest of your afternoon. Hopefully, we can pump some lifeblood into this market this afternoon, Stowe. It's been relatively weak and consolidating and miserable to sit here and watch. I started watching golf. Have you been trading this?
Yes, I've been trading all day. Actually,
Oh boy.
I've have been loving this thing. Yes. Is it boring? Sure, maybe. But there's a lot of business going on today. There's a lot of big players in on the NQ ladder, which is always interesting when that happens. Um, so just from a observer point of view, I like to watch that. Um, Honestly, I spent the whole day kind of in the same positioning that I was in from the morning. Just kind of kept buying 920, 915, averaging, scaling out, adding back in. Um, yeah, I worked a pretty good day out of this day. So,
Nice.
not to say that there's not, you don't need a giant range and giant volatility to always make money. You can have different plays in your playbook. So, so I just kind of tapped into that one for now. And now they're kind of making this move. I want to, yeah, I want to talk about it, but I'm also trying to watch this position that I'm in. So we started at a very,
We're doing a little friendly fire here to start the
yeah,
session. I am short ES from the 46.75 mark. Kind
okay.
of seeing if the top of this range is going to hold. My stop's at new high of day, so kind of a
Hmm,
minimal risk to see if we can get this rotation to the other side of value. I have a take profit sitting at
just
32s.
let me get out of that.
Yeah, like right as we were coming on the air, it seemed like, or we were jumping into the green room, it seemed like sellers were going to once again try to break us to the downside of this range. So we'll see how this works out. I'm looking to potentially
Just
hold a runner if we can get all the way back towards 6,000 on the old S&Ps, but we'll see.
all right. I
Not
need to
overly
think.
optimistic. I just think this is a low risk, high reward type trade. Only a 4 point stop on this trade in yes.
No, that's very good. Um, yeah, ES is coming down to test this spot though.
Yeah, kind of just meandering around IB high still.
Really, yeah.
But you said it. We've been seeing those just somebody playing games, those large orders that have been sitting on NQ. You haven't seen anything like that in yes. Like I haven't seen anybody with some size come in on the S&Ps, but someone was playing
Right.
games. I think they had 800 on the offer, like 850 actually, and then there was like another 100 plus kind of sitting right behind it as it was filling. And they kind of ate that really casually to the upside. Like it was not like, oh, they took 100 and they came back up, took more. Like somebody took that order very
Yeah.
quickly.
This whole thing up, yeah, this whole thing up here. Um, and then that became like, I don't know, that became a stall area for a very long time. And I like those highs as targets. So that's kind of what I was doing with this idea. I chickened out on that stop, but the bid just came back and ate that right back up. If we can get back above this, I guess the IB is at 930. That would look really, really good to me and get back into this distribution because we're kind of, yeah, we kind of have this like mini double distribution. And on low volume days, everything is kind of muted anyway. So I'm just kind of playing in this very small playground right now. I don't know.
Yeah, we're basically just stuck at kind of where, at least in most of yesterday's session, kind of those lows, which is basically what last week's high, kind of in this
Yeah.
area.
Yeah. The previous week high is at 935. And it has been both resistance and support today.
Hmm.
So some, yeah, people are. people are fiddling about up here doing some sort of positioning. Oh Lord, there's 1,000 lots on it. 21.9. That's crazy. Okay. So that being said,
I don't know what's going. I mean, okay. So here's the other thing too. Rollover is next week, so this could be
yeah,
some size people kind of rolling and getting out of this the June contract.
yeah,
It's been weird and it's been out of nowhere, and the market hasn't really responded that much to them.
right.
So I don't know. We'll see. I hate rollover.
It's definitely annoying to say the least. Um,
I look forward to complaining about it all next week.
I just hate moving my stuff around. Like I hate that whenever that happens, no matter what.
Yeah.
And it kind of like it messes with all my like weekly MGI, my monthly MGI. Everything gets strange. So a lot of tools that I use just kind of like disappear for a week,
Mhm.
which is whatever. Um, what are they gonna do about that order? I'm lucky they let me see them. It's so weird because like you see those big orders on the book, they don't necessarily act as magnets. Um, but you got to think like you got to be at least a little suspect.
When they're close, I think they definitely tend to chase it a little bit, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Now we're getting a delta flip here to the upside on ES, so I'm losing enthusiasm that this high is going to hold.
Oh, an ES one. Nice. Okay. Yeah, we're trying to break out like back into that upper distribution now.
Job and Leo hanging out in the chat.
Hey guys, how's it going? What's up, big cat?
We miss you.
How you feeling, buddy? Leo will tell you what he's up to today on his own time. Maybe. Oh, I didn't even open the chat. What's wrong with me? Sorry.
I mean, B plus for influencer today.
I know. Well, I've just been slinging this silly market all day.
I know. You're pulling like what XY was doing yesterday, which is just he got up early. He just didn't stop until the bell rang. So I give him a lot of credit for. I mean, I've had those days when and some days it's like it feels really good. You're kind of just carving it. You're seeing everything very well, and you're making money. And there's other days when you're sitting at the charts all day, pressing buttons, and it doesn't work out very positively. So
Yeah.
been there on both sides.
No, it's been maybe the best. Yeah, it's been one of my better days on this cash account for sure. So that's cool. And it's all because I talked to Jared Tendler yesterday. So you too can have the best cash account day ever the day after you talk to Jared Tendler. All you have to do is talk to him.
Yeah, that was a cool conversation. I caught the first half, and then I had to run into some stores and run some errands. So I'm gonna finish the other one later today. Finish the second half of it.
Oh, Leo dropped the news. There you go. Congratulations, Leo.
Congrats, buddy.
And to Mama Bear. That's so amazing. Woo! I asked Leo if he could do the stream from the hospital.
We did.
And he said yes. Um
Yeah, nothing would have beat that as getting a screen share from his mobile dom, just in contracts. That would have been great TV, I will say.
Oh, that would have been so good.
Leo just hyper scalping mobile.
Yeah, you're not really a trader if when your child comes into the world, you don't have a position on.
I was long a GC
Yeah,
and
right.
paper
See,
handed
you
the
too.
crap out of it.
I remember that. Yep,
Like
Nick
with
was
the
slinging gold.
slinging gold at 3 a.m. because I couldn't sleep. I was like just pumped full of adrenaline. First kid hits different though.
Leo, can you take a picture of that uncomfortable chair for me? I'd like to see if it's evolved at all since I last had to sleep in it.
Yeah, we need the shot of the hospital chair.
Yeah, if any of you are parents in the chat, You'll know this, but for those of you who aren't, it's really hard to be the dad in the hospital. They put you through a lot to begin with, but the worst thing they do to you is they make you sleep in the world's most uncomfortable chair.
Yeah, the delivery room one was very rough. And then I'm so bougie that I upgraded because my hospital has suites in whatever you call it, postpartum. And
Okay.
so yeah, I had my own little private room that had another bed, so it was great. And we were there for
That's like
5 days recovering from the C-section, so it was well worth the money.
it's like using your Bellagio points or whatever XY
Pretty
would do.
much. Like you're already maxing out your your insurance, so why not? What's a little
Yeah,
more?
right. That's how I feel about my deductible too, Nick. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I'm just like, let's rip this thing. What else could we get done this year?
Exactly. That's why I did my shoulder, man.
Okay, yeah.
Had to get that done. I mean, and we're really focusing on the price action here, so I apologize, Chad. But not much has happened. We still have this positive delta from buyers coming in here on ES, possibly going to stop me out, make a new high of the day. Stowe's sitting pretty in profit, just barely.
Yeah, just barely. I took a stop there and then got back in once view up was respected. I'm really trying to pay attention to this and not do dumb things. This is just balancing. But yeah, this giant order came in at 915 again. That bid was supportive. So I'm just trying to take these tiny, tiny base hits down here and then maybe hold for a new high if I can. But I am cognizant that some turkeys still actually no, they're gone. Okay, so that 1,000 lot order at 900 is toast. That's good to know. Okay.
Thank goodness.
Friend Tintin brought a camping pad? That's cheating, by the way. That's canceled. So that third one, Friend Tintin, doesn't count. You have to go back to the hospital and sleep in that chair for one night. Just walk in and be like, hey, this kid on the internet told me that.
It is a weird thing when you do that and you like send it to your friends. I mean, like, I can't believe I have to put up with this pain and misery for a
That's what I'm
night.
saying. It's horrible what they ask men to do in the hospital when their wives are giving birth,
I know.
honestly.
It's just terrible. We're making this joke because it is Father's Day on Sunday.
That's true. Oh yeah. My kid asked me what I wanted what I wanted for Father's Day, and I was like, I think you should mow the whole lawn by yourself. Do you think you can do that? She was flabbergasted. She's like, I can't do that.
I get to celebrate it with my old man. He's actually flying into town this weekend to see the baby and hang out for a couple days. He hasn't
Oh,
seen
that's awesome.
since she was like 2 weeks old. So
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, my dad's here too. He's been here since Monday with my brother-in-law. They are mega golf nerds, so
they're
they're at
glued to the U.S. Open.
yep, they're down there following somebody around.
Oh yeah, I forgot it's in Pennsylvania. That's
Yeah,
right.
it's in Pittsburgh. Yep.
Yeah, did you see the rough?
Yeah.
That is like I would go home. Like I'd at the turn, I'd be like, I'm done. Like there's no way.
I guess they have like a putting green that you can go hang out on and like you can test to see what it's like as, somebody that just as like I don't know, what do you call people that watch golf, watch participants, patrons? I don't know. But yeah, you get to test like all that stuff. And dad said the fairways are like greens. It's extremely weird. He's like, yeah, I didn't understand. It was like the greens that we play on, that's the fairway.
That's crazy.
So yeah, all kinds of crazy stuff goes into making that thing.
They're fans. Well, yes, but I
Fans.
feel like they do when you
Sorry,
listen to
Omid,
like
I'm
Jim
tired.
Nantz, like I believe they call like most of the announcers will call them patrons.
Is this gonna come back? No, he didn't. He moved down?
Did he?
No, no, no.
Nothing on the yes Dom either. Nothing crazy.
Okay.
We have to deal with that all next week.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough. That's gonna suck.
Yeah, that's the thing with using a lot of indicators and when your candles paint based on volume, when the volume is split, like it's going to be next week, in parts, it
I'm gonna
kind of
take a
makes
stop
things
on
a
this
little
too.
less fun for us. Spectators, yes, that's another term that's
Thank you. That's kind of close to what I was looking for. It's hard. It's
they're
hard.
all synonyms. We're good.
It's hard to do, like, you're doing price math, you're looking at a chart, you're like, okay,
Talking golf.
talking golf, and you're like, what do they call fans again?
Yeah,
Fans.
you guys don't realize this. Your brain can, like, when you're doing all these things at the same time, like your brain can turn off. If you've ever seen me do the show on Sunday, like sometimes the brain just goes blank, like while you're mid sentence.
I think I'm gonna wait for a little lower
Yeah, I just want to
before I
see
mess
like
with this.
this little value area here that's about 12, 13 points wide on ES. I just want to see, do we kind of touch the bottom edge of this range?
Yeah,
I thought we were going to. I guess when you got stopped out the first time,
me too.
no, they just came right back in. Yes, words are hard.
Thanks for Tintin. We appreciate you. Yeah, like the stream, please.
XY. Yes, this has been a very cool market since the euro close. Absolutely nothing has happened if you've been trading ES. NQ, you probably could have been doing what Stowe's been doing, which is scalping a 30-point range. But ES, it's just been chopping, chopping, and more chop.
Yeah. Um, yeah, it was good to me. It was good to me today, for sure. But now I don't know what it's up to. Now it looks extremely gross. Like all this was at least wide enough to be participating in, but you can see now it's getting, I don't know, way less interesting. Um,
Kane's in the chat. Can you
hey,
please turn
Kane.
the algo back on, sir?
Hi, brother. How are you doing, Kane? Are you guys, is the chat all short? That's cool.
I don't know what everybody's doing.
You and, let's see, let's tally it up. You and about 2,500 other people. Very short right now.
Yeah, that was like that 1,000 lot. Everything else is still sitting up there. We just could not kind of peek above again.
Kane's asking me how I thought the chat with Jared went. Thanks for watching it, dude. Yeah, I thought that it went really well. Number one, I really like that guy. I thought that he was, sometimes you meet people that, you've read their book or something like that, and they can be, you know, disappointing in some sort of personality way. But like Jared was really nice, and we talked for a while before the session, just to get a feel of what some of my stuff would be, and we really wanted to make it like a real something that like a real coaching session that he would do. But yeah, just talking to him, I was like, this guy's great. And I have a ton of respect for him anyways from before that. But the thing I like the most about it is he kept pushing me to give better answers, and I think he helped me get to a place where I was being a little more honest about myself in some of those motivational spots. So, and yeah, it gave me like a ton of stuff to think about and work on. So I kind of, it did lead to a bit of an epiphany. I was thinking about it last night, and I've been thinking about some other stuff too, cause I'm kind of at like, the end of some goals that I had, and now I need to make new ones. So I'm trying to figure out like how to make those goals and what they should be. And so, yeah, there couldn't have been a better time for me to do it. And it's going to be awesome to watch him, help other people, like people from the chat. You could sign up and, be on the show and talk to Jared about whatever it is that is the hole in your game. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. The goals thing's interesting. Something I feel like you have if you work a real job, you do other things. But in this game, at least doing it for the last 2 years, I feel like it's something I haven't held myself to is setting real goals, something that you're actually shooting towards, something that's attainable. you
Yeah.
actually can do, and then measure yourself against that versus measuring yourself against your P&L every single day.
Right. The big thing that's been ringing in my head since he talked to me yesterday is just you can't carry your P&L into the next day, but you can carry process improvement into the next day. So, and he also was bringing up how like a lot of the measures that I feel like I have in place to keep me safe against myself and bad decision making and mistakes that I've made in the past. He 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 kind of said that like maybe those are not helping you as much as you think that they are. So that was eye opening just to be, because I really enjoy criticism and other people's points of view. And that was one I haven't gotten on that at all. He's like, yeah, you're probably, cutting your growth trajectory short because you have to pull back so hard when you run into those moments where if you really work on your response, that response time to that error can be fast, and then you can just get right back into where you need it to be, which dulls your edge less, I guess. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it, but it was really good. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah, chat, check that out. If you want to get a live coaching session with Jared Tendler and be part of the retail therapy segment, just fill out that survey, and yeah. And it's not scary. Jared's cool. And I think part of being a good trader is you have to allow yourself to be, vulnerable about this stuff and honest about this stuff with yourself and other people. So it's good practice anyway. Ah, Fatfish, cool. Hey, good to see you again. I haven't seen you in a bit, bud. Yes, also that. Yeah, Jared is a professional person that's been doing this for many decades, and not historically. Yeah, what Kane said, and worth it. Yes, absolutely, rightfully so.
So I think they're going to shake you out of your long twice and then run it.
It's possible. It's not a good spot, but
No.
I don't know. I still don't. Once we started rejecting this, I still don't really care for it. So we've kind of built like two distributions here, and you can see it just like in the way the price is moving, and then also in these profiles. So I was trying to push back up through this. It can go without me. I might have been too grindy in there, trying to catch too much. So
Kane said he did it for you both.
oh, thank you, thank you. You can Venmo me the P&L, but if it gets stopped out, I don't want that. You can't. Don't request. Only send. What else you got, chat? Anything good? It would be nice every time you get stopped out to be like, ah, yeah, I'll just get that from my buddy. I was
Yeah,
trading for both of us today.
he's gonna Venmo me half, so it doesn't sting as bad. Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we're just chopping around up here.
We are not doing a whole lot.
No. New Balance, new all the stuff. Oh, there you go, Fatfish. That's nice. Yeah, if you can get in a Asia session groove and find the spots when there is volume to trade and trade it, it's nice to just be done. I was doing that for several months. Yeah, I had some good Globex stuff. It's mostly dried up now, but it was good.
I've never been good at it. I try to like force action.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the problem. It was actually my kid that made me look at it differently, because that silly thing that she says about like just do what the candles want to do.
Fair.
I really do think about that all the time. And that's when I was like, oh man, I left all of my, I used to do Globex stuff. Like I would adjust the volume candles, and I would adjust my Delta map settings and my other stuff to kind of like form into the Globex volume and see if I could force a way to trade Globex. But then one night I didn't do that and I turned it on and all the RTH stuff was firing. And I'm like, oh, so I'll just trade this if it looks like RTH. And if it doesn't, then I won't.
It's,
And since then, that's been the way for me to go.
yes, that's the way to do it. But it's funny. I actually had brought my daughter. I mean, she's only 7 months, but I brought her to the desk and my candles, on all my screens were like just going, and she was just like
Oh
losing,
yeah.
like just bouncing and happy. It was really funny the other day.
That's awesome.
There's just a
You should
lot going
show
on
you
daddy's
should show
screen.
kids bookmap. That's what you should do. Pull bookmap up. They love, yeah, Willow loves bookmap. I haven't had it in years and years, but yeah, when she was like a kid, I was using bookmap.
We're gonna pull this back down.
Sai says, strange day, 10.9 billion shares in NASDAQ traded today. 60% was two penny stocks. Is that true? What were the penny stocks? Are there penny stocks in the NASDAQ, or are you making a joke? I can't tell. I pay so little attention to stuff like that.
I mean, when seven stocks are like 80% of the index.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah. Mm. Is it the summer of RTY, Kane? Is that what's happening? Is this going to be the first time I ever try to trade that thing?
Let me look at an RTY chart today. I mean, it was pretty choppy too.
Yeah, this is just,
It's a hot mess.
it's doing its thing. God, no. All right, fair enough. I was worried. I was going to have to build a Russell chart, and glad that I don't.
RTY is like throwing a party in a graveyard. It's a great analogy.
Oh, Tracy used to trade TF also. Yeah, Merritt talks about that too. He said that was a great index to trade. Great future to trade. Like throwing a party in the graveyard. Does that mean there's like a lot of goth music there? And I don't know. I feel like I've been to that party, Kane. I've definitely been to that club a couple times. There was actually a club in Tampa all the time that would be next to a venue that I would play always. I think it was called the Gothic Castle. And every night was like vintage new wave goth night. So you would go in there and it would be like deep cut, old school new wave, and everybody would be in all black. It was a cool time.
When was this?
I think the last time I went there was maybe like 5 or 6 years ago. So
Okay.
relatively recently.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've gone at least 10 times because I used to play Ybor City pretty consistently. It may have been longer than that. I guess maybe like 8 or 9 years. I forget how old I am sometimes.
I mean, I feel like I'm getting up there.
Oh, you're getting
Delegate's
up
talking
there.
about the gray in my beard, so clearly it's happening before my eyes.
I always wanted a beard, like a nice one. Obviously, I'm never gonna get one, but now that I'm finally starting to get like half of one, it's all white. So I just skipped straight from you can have a beard to no, you can't have a beard, and if you can, it's white.
I mean, ever since I've gone back and forth, like there's time of the year when I would let it grow, but ever since the unemployment I've just carried it and kept it ever since. You know, those the old days where certain clients look weird upon not being clean shaven, so I just kind of abided by that, I guess.
Yeah.
Now I just
I don't
grow the
know.
beard and have a sleeve tattoo, so I guess I'm just going down the rabbit hole. Is ES not moving or is my screen frozen?
I don't know. I just tried to put a couple orders in and they didn't go through. So that's strange.
My
Look
screen
at
is
that.
not frozen.
Yeah, I just tried to buy this burst through the previous week high. So it looks like the bid is coming in.
Okay, my data might be frozen because it still says 67 and a quarter, 56 and three quarters. Gosh. Yeah, my screen might be done.
I wonder why I can't place an order. That's very strange.
All right, if you guys want to go to Stowe's chart, I'll try to reload my data.
Account, MNQ, got my strategy on.
But it's equally as possible that we just weren't moving and my screen was not frozen, but it looks like it
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
I'm going to reload the data.
Hmm. Interesting. Pardon us, chat. Oh, we figured this out. So this is a good example of why it's always solid to have your NinjaTrader app floating around. So you can just go in there, and it's just a second place that you can double check and make sure that you know you're flat and all your positions are good.
Oh no.
Any good?
Well, according to the chat, widespread internet outage affects Spotify, Google, Discord, Twitch, Firebase, and a bunch of other things included with AWS services are also impacted. So,
Okay, cool. Yeah, I can't get into the app too.
well, hopefully we don't lose the stream.
Yeah, somehow we're the only one. I mean, hey, if it's the apocalypse, I guess we're all hanging together, right?
Yeah.
You can still see
And we
YouTube. We must be okay.
with my buddy, screens are frozen, but we're good. We're all good.
That's crazy.
I mean, things are still moving across everything for me. Just I'm still waiting for my charts to finish loading, but
Yeah, once you load, I'll restart mine too. My data's still working fine, but I'm currently missing this trade. Cool.
well, guys, so far so good on the stream. We seem to be good
Chill
behind the
guy, that's not a good vibe, dude. No,
so
that's not something chill guy would say.
it's not a chill guy
You're
thing
the
to say.
worst at this character, buddy. Ever since you got this name, you've been fumbling it so hard. You got to be chill. Chill guy. Wolf, have you seriously been waiting for that setup for 2 hours? Chill guy, you should change it. That's fine. Well, yeah, I mean, all of our internet is still working, so that's cool. How's your chart coming, Nick? Got anything yet?
Still loading. I can still hear my computer working very hard to load all of my historical data because this is my my chart book for the Sunday stream.
Is it the fans just like help?
The fans are going.
Help! Please help!
That's the fun of building a long time frame chart and for multiple products, and it's just taking a little while. So far, still kind of frozen for me, but we'll see if this comes back. It's not like ES has moved very far. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Looks like we're back.
You back?
I'm back. If we are popping, well, it looks like it's lagging a little bit, but it's coming.
Should I call Rack City? Should I call somebody on the telephone? I'm sure I could get to the trade desk if I needed to. You want to do it live? You want to call? You want to call the NinjaTrader trade desk live? I'm gonna have to use like proper lingo though. I don't know. I'm gonna need help with that. 21934 and a halfs. 21934 and a halfs. All right, let's switch to Nick, and then I'm gonna reboot my stuff and see if I can do that.
I mean, I'm still in my trade. It looks like I'm still kind of lagging behind price here by a few ticks, but we'll see.
We'll see. That's the problem with the internet, kids. It can
As long as
backfire.
the stream's still up, we're still gonna have fun.
This is I've got 5 orders on. Okay. Okay.
You got
I might have to call. Yeah, I was hitting Alt B. Apparently I hit it 5 times. So yeah, I was trying to buy. Because that's what I do, I guess. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, it looks like my candles are not printing, so. Weird.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, Jeff. Solar, the sun can do
Solar
weird stuff like
flares,
that.
they're like the strawberry moon stuff going on. I don't know. Anyone trade Elliott waves? Maybe they can tell us. Moon cycles. The other fun things that I don't want to even bother to learn.
I do have a couple flares, chill guy, for sure. I got some flares. They're just in that emergency roadside kit thing. Well, Nick, I got bad news. I can't even connect to the data anymore. So,
and I'm and I'm stuck at 47 and a quarter. So this is good.
this is good.
We're doing great. The good news is the price has not really moved from my current frozen position.
Maybe we should call the trade desk. You guys want to call the trade desk?
Yes, it's still sitting around 46.50s.
Someone in New Jersey must have a direct line to the CME. That's funny. CQG is good. Okay. No data for you still, Nick. Okay.
No, it's still stuck. 1 minute. 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 1
My name is Jeff.
That'll help. I'm glad the soundboard's okay.
Yeah,
I
soundboard's
was worried
working.
that was in a
Dreams
cloud.
coming through.
I get
We're good.
regurks. Nick, can you sing? Has anybody ever asked you to sing before?
I definitely cannot sing. But the soundboard can keep us occupied with Stowe's voice of an angel.
Can you take
Oh boy.
me higher? Don't take me higher yet. I need to be able to get in this trade.
Yeah, I'm not. Well, I mean, I can't even adjust this position right now, but hopefully my stops would work.
They should. I mean, they're server side, so that's a good question. I shall try. Yeah, I'm gonna try to pull up trade of it. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, probably. Is that okay? Okay. Cool. Yeah, I can pull up trading view. Let's do that. Let's see. I don't know though. I got a lot of secret sauce on my trading view chart. I'd hate for somebody to see it. This is where I keep all my alpha. I'll share mine now. Okay. There we go. Okay, we got a chart back up. Let me flip my, change that view up to, let's just get the RTH going. There we go. All right, now we're partying. Who doesn't love just looking at a 1 minute chart? There we go. So yeah, still consolidating. Still just floating around up here at this 940. Okay. Let me try this. I'll try to get in the web platform. That might work.
That's a good idea. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, I can just get into the, should be able to just get into the trade of it thing. Like Merritt did on vacation. We can just pretend we're on vacation right now. Yeah, Ahmed. Today's show, troubleshooting with Stowe and Nick. I mean, yeah, it's part of trading. Like, it doesn't always work great. You're gonna run into this stuff with anything. You're counting on so many different moving parts. You're counting on the internet. You're counting on your machine. You're counting on a data provider, a platform, a broker. That's a lot of moving parts. Let me see. It's kind of loading.
Yep, my American flag volume profile.
Oh man, sick.
Probably should do this. That's NQ. So we have two NQs. Let's do, I'll flip my charts. I usually keep ES on my left and NQ on my right.
Okay, cool. Hold on. Coming in hot.
Boom.
Whoa. So I am in a position. Where the hell am I in?
I would assume you're long, maybe.
Good Lord.
As we said, troubleshooting with Nick and Stowe.
Yeah, flatten everything. Order filled. Thank you. Good grief. Well, that was good. So I was accidentally long 20 lots there.
Oh, what?
Uh-huh.
Okay. That's
Okay.
that's a something.
Hold on. Can I make sure there's not any personal information on this screen other than okay. I think I'm good. Is there anything weird on here I can't be showing the internet? Okay.
See if I can actually. Maybe not.
I think
Nope.
it must have just come back.
I have to manually close. Okay. I'm out. It came back. Because now it's everything's moving. So I'm out of my position.
Okay,
Thank
yeah.
goodness.
Okay. No, Con, it's not a prop account. It'd be cool if it was for that moment, but it's not. Um, there's a lesson here. Let's talk about it. The first of all, let me put an MNQ chart here so I can at least see what I was up to. Yeah, so those orders were executing. Yep. All those buys did get off. Lucky price didn't move. Got very lucky there. Okay, so the lesson when you're in a position and it's bigger than it should be and you don't know why, get out.
Mhm.
Don't sit in that position for 10 seconds like, oh, well,
Cool.
price might come back up. I might be able to make more money on this. There's lots of terrible thoughts that can go through your head. I know because I just had them when I'm like, whoa, I've got 20 lots on. What if this thing does break out? That little thought still clicks around in my head. There's really no way to get rid of it. The only thing you can do is have a plan for when that happens and then get out, which is
You
what
got
I did. I was like, find the flatten button. That is an oversized position. Doesn't matter if you lose 50 bucks or 200 bucks or 500 bucks. When you see it, get out because that sort of oversizing can always blow up in your face.
it's
And ultimately,
also
go ahead, Nick.
as I say, it's also a very good reminder is to know your backup plan of how you can get out of a position. We were kind of joking to call the risk desk in theory at your brokerage. But the other piece is like, is there another alternative way that you could try to, get in? So went to the web version for Tradeovate and was able
Yeah.
to exit out of his position. So something else you can do to just quickly find and try and see, hey, is there a way to do this real quick?
And I really was going to call the risk desk also. And like, that's what it's for. And, it's a cash account. So these are real orders in the market. I'm allowed to call the emergency risk desk and NinjaTrader has one for that reason. So that's why, it's important to, yeah, just have your plan ready because it's not as easy as just like, I'm just going to click the button
I
and
got
it's going
lucky.
to,
The data came back on,
yeah, right.
but it still wouldn't even stop me out. We're still sitting in the exact same spot, which is just crazy. But how fast, like if markets are moving, think about how catastrophic that could be to your account and your
Yeah. I
mental
feel very
going
gross
forward.
about that. Yeah. Yeah. I just survived a 20 lot and MNQ mistake. And I'm extremely lucky that price basically went nowhere. I can't quite figure out how to zoom in on this scale, but yeah, this was a bunch of buy fours, which is my standard lot, which I was hitting a couple times and then was able to get out for pretty much scratch. So that's good.
Troubleshooting your trading platform with Nick and Stowe. Plan B, risk management with Nick and Stowe.
There we go. Okay. I
Well,
think
that
I
was
got
fun.
yeah. That takes a bite out of the day.
Hey guys, giveaways today. I don't think Stowe and I have anything to give away.
What do you want? Um, I haven't opened this soda water. You can have this. My cat's back there. I don't know if you can see my cat. Yeah, you can see my cat. Arthur, do you want to go live somewhere else? I mean, you can
So
have
they
him.
want bread.
You can't ship bread. I'm telling you. I bet I could ship a cat better than I could ship bread. Okay, here. I think we're coming back, and I can show the actual chart again. Yep, we're coming back. Tracy, I'm just kidding. I love this cat.
All of that shenanigans, all of that troubleshooting, and we only have 101 likes.
Yeah, big boy. Well, everybody was
those
probably
numbers out. Those are rookie numbers.
pressing a didn't one, a different button. You want to see the cat? Oh, he's sleeping. Come here, bud. We need content. We need content. This is the big boy.
Okay, so there's 3,000 likes. The internet's just not working. Got it.
I think so. I bet everybody hit the like button 4 times and the order just hasn't come through yet.
Yep, that's it. Everyone's just it's delayed.
But yeah, this is Arthur. He's a nice cat. And he likes to chill. When I'm trading, he likes to chill and sleep in my daughter's chair, just like this.
Yeah, my goal
He's not much of
right
a risk
here,
manager, but
they're not too interested when daddy's sitting at the desk. They used to, dude. It used to be like work calls. Like one of them would be like trying to jump in my lap and get on camera. Now they don't care at all.
Oh, that's crazy.
I guess we're gonna punch this high. So good emergency stop out.
Yes, Rack City. Arthur is offline in the afternoons. He'll be wide awake from midnight to 4 a.m. doing backflips throughout the house with his brother Pete. That's cool. Is there anything that we haven't done live on this thing? That was weird. Live position management,
Emergency
position management. That's kind of cool. You can be logged into the web platform and the desktop platform at the same time.
Yeah. Everyone got to see our trading view charts.
Yeah, I haven't pulled that thing up in a while. I'm surprised I still have the password in.
I still use mine, but I mean it's kind of for other things.
Yeah.
Like I do not. I've never taken a trade through it.
No, me neither. I didn't even know you could do that until recently.
Some people like it. I never was a fan of like executing on it.
Curtis wants a hat. Hey, the hats are coming, by the way.
They are.
Yeah, the hats have been ordered and shipped. I saw the shipping detail. No, girl trader, we're not in a position. No.
No, we had the chaos of the internet shutting down for 5 minutes, so we had to panic flatten.
Yeah, Paul, there was like an outage, just a general outage.
Yeah, it seems to be something going on with like AWS and a few other probably cloud providers and things. So it seems like part of the internet itself was actually intermittent going on and off. So we're good now.
Yep. I would say keep trying. Because I was able to get back in on both web and I'm back in now.
Yeah, same here.
So
So we're good. So hopefully, yeah, just keep trying. It looks like things are coming back online.
Here, I'll try a sim. There we go. So that at least executed on the sim side. Yeah, man, it happens, Mike. Expenses. I think that's what Pax would say. These are expenses.
I've taken a lot worse stop outs.
Same. I've taken a lot worse stop outs that were my own fault.
Exactly. Like I've made
So,
much poorer decisions than being like, you know what, internet's being weird, data's not flowing. It's going to allow me to get out of this position. I'm just going to do it.
yep.
I took like a 2 tick stop loss, like no big deal. And it might
Yep.
roll now. That's totally fine with me missing it.
Yep. It's important to remember that like if a position that you're in, like if a position goes somewhere without you, or you know, if there's something that happened, like a glitch like this that happens and you didn't get to take the trade, you can't, you can't live with that. Like you missed out on something. It's not a good mental place to be. The best thing you can do is like exactly what I did when I logged into the trade of it side, saw I was in 20 lots, which is insane size for that account. So just get out, figure out how to flatten, and then reassess, because that's not a position of strength to trade from. So yes, the markets are plummeting 5 points at a time.
I mean, we have moved, I think, a total of about 10 points since you and I have been on air. Sellers trying now, though. Again,
Anthony Ramman, my son is setting up NJ. I assume you mean NT. Is there any way to get the NT order flow indicators without purchasing the lifetime license? Are you asking about NinjaTrader's order flow, or are you asking about OrderFlow Labs? Can you be a little more specific?
I think he means the NinjaTrader order flow indicators, which would be like volume profile and things.
Yeah. So in order to get, so if you're going, Anthony, if you're going through, you just keep saying yes. I asked either or.
Yes.
are, are you asking about NinjaTrader or OrderFlow Labs? NT OrderFlow, cool. Um, you, I don't know if the lifetime license is the same as the OrderFlow license, but in order to have access to their order flow indicators, like the order flow VWAP, et cetera, you have to have the order flow license add-on. Yes. uh 4Q trader. I was good on the NT Live website. So like the NinjaTrader login website. All that stuff was working for me. So I can just share with you what I experienced. And I'm back partying here too. So I use 750 volume candles. B maze. I also use Yankee candles. Oh, wait, no, I don't.
What are Yankee candles?
It's a candle brand.
Oh, Yankee candles. Gosh. I'm so in the weeds with markets, I guess, that my brain did not even go there.
I got these right now. I
And
got
my wife keeps home goods in business with her candle buying. So
this is called a UFU. No affiliate, not affiliated.
they got me with
Ugh.
that one. Yes, yes, chat.
That's terrible.
Let's just let it roll.
What's a
I'm not.
Yankee candle?
I was like, what are Yankee candles? Is that like a
Yeah, they all have a Boston accent. They're really cool.
got me?
I've got a bunch of scents back there. The one I pulled to show the chat just now is Midnight Jasmine, and boy, is it disgusting. So I won't be lighting this one. Ugh. Yeah, that's gross. Ugh. Anthony's still confusing me with these questions. So OrderFlow Labs stuff is $200 a year. Is that what your question is? I don't know the prices off the top of my head, but if you go to orderflowlabs.com, there's lots of different pricing options depending on if you want to sign up for a year, if you want to sign up for a quarter. Last I
And
checked.
and there's a freemium edition that has a lot of good tools in it that at least get you started.
Yeah.
We can't leave this area. You know why, Stowe?
I don't know, because everyone's internet is out and nobody
Well,
knows how to get out of this position.
that is one, but also we don't have enough likes.
Oh, that's true.
Without more likes, we are forever destined to not only stay on the air with you all, which nobody wants that, but also to be stuck in this range forever.
You guys ain't going nowhere.
Thanks, Jim. I'd like to see my family.
Sandy, what is an OCO order versus a simulated order? When you right click, I'm not sure what you mean, Sandy. I mean, an OCO order stands for one cancels other.
Yeah.
Which is like, hold on, am I still in sim? All right. I'm in sim, so I'm just trying to help Sandy here, just to the chat. So this is an example of an OCO order. So I entered here long with 4 lots. And if it gets here, this is a limit sell order. And if it gets here and sells, then it will cancel one of the stop orders that I have here. So this is a bracket order that kind of cancels itself as it goes. Or if the whole position gets stopped out here, it will cancel all of these limit orders. So this is a one cancels the other order, or OCO. I don't know what I don't know what a simulated order option is. So I can't speak to that part, but
Bradley, I've had a weird last couple months of trading. I think everyone knows I had shoulder surgery and I was not like trading well with balancing kind of recovery and being a dad and doing the shows and everything else. So I was in a drawdown for probably like the first month plus, like post-op, because I was like forcing trades. You know, you're not sleeping well, you're not doing the right things. I like to kind of exercise and do other things to kind of not stare at charts. And so I was completely out of my routine and I was like kind of not hitting my stride for the last couple months. The last few weeks, I'm kind of back to more normalcy. I'm out of the sling. I'm back to kind of my usual routine that I would do, and things have been clicking again. So the last couple weeks have been great for me, but it was rough there for a few weeks. Was not trading well, was not executing well, was not reading things well. So it's been better now.
it ain't fun, but it's part of it.
We all go through those cycles.
Welcome back to Markets Never Move.
Never knew. So that's how it feels today, guys. Honestly, like this is how Monday felt when XY and I were on. We were just forever range bound in like a 8-point range in ES, and NQ was, if anything, moving 20 points.
Now, I will say, so my original entry here, if I go back to my account, will it show my fills? Yeah. So here's where I wanted to enter, and here's where I was going to sell. So my little 10 lot, scalpy world was still going to be cool. So yeah, I was going to get 50. I was going to get 10 points out of that for sure, if I hadn't accidentally gotten into the world's biggest position.
We still can't leave. Can't break down.
No.
Go higher.
This 920 buyer has been a jerk.
I know.
I would still be leaning on this if I wasn't, I'm not going to trade for the rest of the day for sure.
Yeah. After that weird
conundrum
we were in.
Yeah. It's not good practices to, cause that was like when a left field thing happens like that to me, that's just like, nope, shut her down. Nothing worth losing. I don't want to get back into that predicament again. So
100%.
Plus that messes with my mental too. Cause that, you break your concentration just a little bit and that opens up a little crack to leak through.
Thanks, Bradley. Thanks for hanging out. Keep watching. There's a lot of good traders on in the afternoon as well as in the mornings.
B-Maze says, I've been using the web trader. I was thinking of getting the TradingView add-on. Does that give you the live data on TradingView without having to subscribe to live data on TradingView? I don't know.
Question I do not know the answer to, sir.
Maybe. Thanks, Savage.
I mean, I keep waiting, Stowe, for that like little nook in the two high volume nodes there in NQ to fill, and it's still there.
They're still trying. Yeah, they're trying to fill it.
You guys trade for a living? Unfortunately, yes. Stowe and I
Yeah,
both do trade
afraid
full
so.
time and have to survive by pressing buttons. It's weird, guys. Like I cannot sugarcoat it. It is not exactly the most glorious Lambos, and
It's not glorious in any way. None of it is glorious. That's for sure. What's the weirdest part to you, Nick? I'll try to think of the weirdest part for me.
I mean, to me, it's still dealing with the drawdowns. Like
Yeah.
it's hard. It's hard to, not have any, like literally nothing guaranteed, but not only not having zero paycheck, but also being able to be negative, like digging
Right.
into your savings to survive. Like the mentality of having to live that way. It's not great. And doing it with a small child and becoming a dad. It's been a adjustment.
Yep.
I would say doing it if I was like, if I had like traded in college and had been kind of doing this, and once again, I think Stowe and I are in similar situations where this was not my choice. Like I was kind of forced into it and kind of discovered I was pretty good at it and was able to survive like I have for the last few years, and then eventually thrive in different stretches through it. But it was still forced upon me. I was, not like I had a ton of money saved and I was like, hey, I'm going to become a full-time trader because I'm really good at this. It was literally like I started doing this to pass the time in between interviews after getting laid off. And then eventually something kind of clicked and I kept running with it. But it's not the most glorious decision that I've ever made. And it's like, hey, I wanted to be a full-time trader. That was never the idea.
Yep. No, same. Yeah, when you go to a 9-to-5 job, if you do your job bad, they don't take money.
Exactly. You don't owe them money if
you don't owe them money if you do a bad
perform.
job.
You just get fired.
Oh.
But they pay you when they fire you.
Right. Yes.
They tell you, please, here's a check, please get out.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, it's extremely strange. I lost my job I had for like 15, 16 years, and I just didn't have any other option. And I'd had this skill floating around that I did, part-time, and just treated it as a hobby because it interested me. But I was kind of forced to like make it happen, make it work. And it was a lot of pressure. We got into this. I think XY and I got into this conversation with somebody forever ago that, they're like, what I'm thinking about, I'm going to be a full-time trader next month. I'm going to quit my job. What should I do? And me and XY were both like, don't. Quickly,
The
don't.
amount of DMs I've gotten with that exact thing, and my first response is, if you have no other choice, like still find another way. Like, cause if you're going to do it, like you really want to be in the position of like, I'm doing it from a way of strength because I've proven that I can do this for a number of years and I've built X, capital and things, but doing it out of like, I guess like a true choice out of like necessity because you got a little hot at some point. It's still a grind. It's so hard to do this every day and be good at it and be successful. Those drawdowns hurt. They really do.
Yeah. And it's a lot to put on, like, it's a lot of pressure to be a dad to begin with. And like, Nick, that was your first kid too, right?
First kid.
Yeah, same with me. And that was, we had our little girl. It was the end of 2019, and so right as we were starting to like get back into the world anyway, is when COVID happened. So we had a wild time navigating just like having a newborn to begin with. So But it's wild, the pressures that just come out of nowhere that you weren't anticipating, because you're not a dad until you're a dad. And then things really do get real and change. So yeah, it's not, yeah, trading is incredible. I agree, Con. It's beautiful. And I truly do love it. I love the game. I wouldn't do anything else. And I'm very grateful that I'm able to support myself and my family with it. I mean, my wife is a baller. So I'm not just like, I'm not just the only element of this too, which is helpful. And she's a really supportive partner. Just in general, you know, no one's more encouraging to me than she is. So I wouldn't have been able to do it without her.
100%. Same thing for me.
And she's not standing over my shoulder. There's just a cat back there.
No, she's
Still
mine
just a cat.
is literally with my 7-month-old and taking on that full brunt of being a full-time mom so that I can still chase this crazy, not even dream, but crazy opportunity that's kind of in front of me and still exists every single day. And we're still here. It's still fun. I've
Yep.
enjoyed it. But yeah, it's a grind.
King Rat says, burn the boats. Are you supposed to burn or carry the boats? I don't remember which one.
Well, I don't remember who says burn the boats, but Goggins says you're supposed to carry the boats.
I thought you were supposed to carry the boats.
And being exhausted, it's not real. It's in your mind. I make the joke. I actually am a big fan of that book. It's a great book.
There's also a burn the boat. I think burn the boats is another book too. I've seen that floated around, like recommended on my Audible to me.
You carry the logs too.
Oh, Cortez burned his boats when he arrived in Mexico. Fair enough. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you.
We're getting a history lesson in the chat. I love this.
I do love it too.
The chat is great. The chat always keeps us on our
Con
toes.
says I don't drive a Lambo because I'm not an influencer. I beg to differ, my friend. I have influenced plenty on this channel to do lots of things.
I feel like we're like the anti-influencers, though.
I don't know about that. I just have the baddies. Maybe. Depends on if baddie's good or not. I'm still not clear on that. But I went to get my car inspected the other day. I'll tell this story since we're not doing anything else. Went to get my car inspected the other day, and the shop owner came out and said, "Hey, man, this is some really impressive mileage." And I was like, you know what? It is. Thank you. My 2010 Toyota Prius has got 275,000 miles on it, and it is
crazy.
I know. And it brings me so much joy, and I'm never going to get rid of that car until it is totally doomed, because I'm like,
anytime I hear like a crazy high mileage, I feel like it's always a Toyota.
yeah, a Toyota. That's a big one. I had a Nissan Altima before this that I got to 280, and then it died. I'm literally driving a runner. You're right, XY. My stop has moved way into profit on that car.
Hey, we might be breaking this.
BQ asks, is my Prius battery still good? No, but there is an awesome company that I found that their whole deal, it's a great business model. I wish I thought of it. Their whole deal is they go around and swap people's Prius batteries out, and you're able to buy a warranty. So I think it was like $2,500, including a 5-year warranty on a complete new battery. And then they take your old one and then they refurbish that and give it to somebody else. So the risk to reward on that was good enough and that was like 2 years ago, I think, when that went. But yeah. There's a Tesla that just passed 1 million miles. That's crazy.
That's insane. Yeah, no Lambos here for us. I've still got my 2017 F-150.
Yeah, Cal, my chart is locked for sure. I mean, that's why I stopped trading on it. So is yours working, Nick?
Yeah, I'm still good. Still got data.
All right, cool.
Yes is moving down. NQ is. Oh, your chart. I just realized your prices are frozen.
Okay, yeah.
NQ coming down to the 900s,
Okay.
down to 906. Very bottom of kind of the bottom of this range. So let's see. It's gonna be fun.
Interesting. Are you? Yeah. What do you need to get down to on yours? Chat. My lovely production team. We can just switch to Nick's. My data's stuck, and I don't plan to be in a trade, so we can get out of me and just switch to just Nick.
Guys, there's
battery
intermittent
changes.
issues with like half of the internet this afternoon. So
yeah, it's all of the internet.
Yeah, it affected us earlier. At least I have some data right now. So it looks like Stowe's died again. So we're dealing with it. We're having fun. We're still live on YouTube. So all's good. Yeah. Tiger Dan, I have no interest in placing a trade with the internet issues that are going on right now.
Yep. Nope.
Asking for trouble. So we're hanging out. We'll talk price. Not much has happened. Looks like NQ went down, tested the bottom edge of this range that we've been in basically since the Euro close. And so far it's holding.
I don't know. I've never had a desire to have like a fast car or anything. I know I'm cheap. I'm aware that I'm cheap. I'm told that I'm cheap often. I don't think that's it though. It's probably part of it.
It does not fit my lifestyle or current structure of my house and things to like have a nice car that I can like put in the garage. My garage is like used for a lot of other things.
Okay.
Like working, there's tools, there's a bunch of other stuff, and it's not that big either.
Yeah.
I'm gonna upgrade my wife's car because we need more space for the baby and hopefully more babies down the road.
That's cool. Yeah, I could see a Volvo. I could get into that.
I'm also on like ranch properties and things a lot, like doing other stuff, doing outdoors things. And it's like, so for me, the F-150 has always worked, and I'm probably going to pull a Stowe at as many miles as I can put on that thing is kind of the plan. When it dies, it dies.
It's fun. It's like having a streak. I mean, dude, am I ever going to get back to a 300,000 mile streak again? Probably not.
True story. I bought it in 2017. I paid it off trading options in 2020.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Just wrote it the check as soon as I had a very large day, having no idea what I was doing trading options during COVID. So it worked out though. I was smart enough to say this was stupid. I made a stupid amount of money in one single day, and I'm going to pay off my truck with it.
That's so sick.
Because that's what you should do in this game is like because I had a real job. So it was like, this is a tremendous amount of money that just popped into my lap in 24 hours. So I'm going to actually do something with it versus put it back on, I guess, on the roulette table.
Yep. No, I mean, the freedom of like not having debt is amazing. It's amazing. Yeah.
There's a great feeling.
Few things like it. Like there, it's the step before as cool as it probably would be to have FU money. I don't know what that would be like, but having not owing anybody money I imagine it's in the same genre of good feeling.
Just replaced my 20-year-old Toyota Tundra with a 2025. That's my Lamborghini. Butters,
nice.
That's how I feel about it. Eventually, when that truck's on its last leg, I'll upgrade to whatever the new version is. I've always been a truck guy. That was my first car when I was 16.
Yep, Gambler, great movie, great scene. John Goodman, incredible.
The new Forerunners are nice. They are really cool. I have a buddy who has one. Nick, are you from Texas? No, I'm actually from Southern California. I grew up in Orange County. I lived there for most of my life and moved to Texas after college and have basically been here ever since.
Nice job, Tyler. 300K. That is so sick. Congratulations, buddy. That's amazing. That's awesome.
Attention traders, it's algo time.
All right, thanks, Kane.
The ghost of Cain.
The ghost of Cain is back.
Telling us to hold on to our butts as MOC kicks in here. Looks like to the sell side. That snuck up on me, Stowe. We've been talking about a lot of things as we've been stuck in this range. Damon, I grew up in South Orange County, kind of the beach cities.
Jesse, this is a it's not doing anything right now because my chart is stuck, but this is a delta volume profile, also called delta at price. I don't know if there's another third party that does delta volume profiles for NinjaTrader, but you could always look. Never know. This specific one recalculates every, however many rotation points you want to give it, but normal delta at price would just show the entire session, which would be, also the length of the volume profile.
Yeah, guys, we've said it a few times. There seems to be some sort of outage across parts of the internet this afternoon. So Ninja's been affected intermittently and a few other sites have been. So I would recommend not trading if you're in a trade.
You got 10 minutes left. Yeah. Yeah. This is part of managing risk too. Risk is not just the amount of money that you put at risk for a trade. Risk is also, if you've ever read, which you should, if you've ever read the futures trading disclaimer, it says you can lose more money than you've put in. It's like, that's part of the game. Mm-hmm. So it's really important to be cognizant of, hey, my chart's back. It's really important to be aware of all of your risks, not just the ones that you feel like exist because of the trades that you're putting on, because there's external risks around you at all times. Like, what if your power goes out? That's a risk. All like simple things like that.
What if your internet goes out?
Last year I was in a trade and, somebody drove into the telephone pole at the end of my street and like, I didn't have the internet for 2 days. So
I had something similar. I made a joke on Twitter that the Fed had cut my power because, the white band guys were always out there.
Yeah.
I basically was saying to prevent me from trading, but the logic was, in my neighborhood, we have a lot of like hundreds and hundreds of year old like oak trees, and they can be low. So you're not allowed to have like trucks driving through. Clearly a truck drove through in the middle of the night and took out an entire fiber line from AT&T in the alleyway. Ooh. So it was out for like 2 days. And finally there was like a team of trucks fixing it. Because it was like it was like literally just my neighborhood, but all of it was out for probably a good 24, 36 hours.
Yep. You can absolutely go negative on a futures account, BQ.
Just like how a futures product can also go negative. Shout out to Crude.
Shout out.
If you're short, it may not stop at 0.
Yeah, I mean, it's in the it's in every futures broker disclaimer.
Yeah.
I mean, think about like what is I think the documentary is called Flash Crash. It's different than Flash Boys, which is a great book, but it's about that English trader who basically was doing high frequency trading and providing a ton of liquidity to the market, and the market got used to that. And then he quit to go eat dinner and turned off his high frequency trading bots, and all that liquidity dried up. It created a vacuum and crashed a ton of markets. It was just from a liquidity standpoint, but so like we rely on liquidity in order to be able to trade these things. And so like if I'm long 10 lots at 900, there's liquidity above and below me that are providing exits. But if all of a sudden no one is buying for 100 points and we flash down to 800, it doesn't matter if my stop is at 880. Mm-hmm. I'm responsible for all 100 points on all of those lots that I was on, if that's where they end up getting filled. And if you don't have that much money in your brokerage account, it doesn't matter. So, yeah. I don't know if we should thank God for hedge funds, fat fish. I don't know if they've quite earned that, but it is good that they exist, I guess, for some reason.
Well,
Brian, just having a DLL on the broker side, which you should do, does not solve that problem.
yeah, I was gonna say if what Stowe was just describing were to happen, you would be significantly lower potentially than whatever your DLL was because it's the next order that was filled after, in theory, your DLL was triggered.
Yeah. The DLL just assumes that so if a market is going to trigger your daily loss limit for you, they're going to liquidate you once your account gets to a certain number that you've predetermined. But in order to liquidate that, they're still going to need an order to exist there. Like once you're in the market, you still have to have another counterparty to trade with to get out. And if there isn't one, they're just going to go down until they find one. And I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a limit order or not. Yeah, I mean, if it's a limit order, it'll just sit there forever. So a broker is going to liquidate you with a market order, which is just going to fill at the best available. And so, like say in that example, if I'm long 10 lots at 900 and I'm going to hit my DLL at 880 and no one is buying until 800, that market order that goes through at 880 when I hit my DLL amount limit, it's going to execute at 800 even though it tripped at 880. And you owe this money. So it's important to be aware of the massive amount of risk that's involved when you're participating in this stuff.
That's a good reminder. So for tomorrow's 9 a.m. Central Time data release, that is the Michigan Consumer Sentiment that has had on recent occasion caused something very similar to happen when the order book basically clears out and goes to back to whatever sometimes the open price, like the V logic thing. I'm not smart enough to understand exactly how and why that works, but that can happen.
Yep. Well, velocity logic events, in my understanding, are kind of in there to prevent like a flash crash scenario from happening again. It's kind of like a market reset button, has how it's been described to me. But it's when there is not enough liquidity on the book for prices to actively trade. It resets like it does at the beginning of Globex Open. Leo's the one that has explained this to me, and he knows much more about it. Unfortunately, he's probably sleeping in a very uncomfortable chair right now, so he can't talk to us about it.
But yes, that happened probably like 2 months ago now during that exact data release. So just something to be aware of tomorrow, guys, at that 9 a.m. time. That one just tends to be a little slippery for some reason. So be aware.
Yep. And I'll actually be trading tomorrow. I'm going to fill in for Jim from 11 to noon. Oh, so nice. We got bonus Friday. That should be fun. Also, we're using 750 vol candles. Well, I am anyways. What do you use for ES, Nick?
These are 1500 for ES.
1500. Okay.
Use anywhere between 500 and 750 on NQ as well.
Okay.
But yeah, these are volume based candles. Excuse me. What a lackluster last 90 minutes they've given us. So
yeah, they just went down and touched the overnight high again. This was my ultimate buy spot down here on this retest. Would have liked to get it, but that's okay.
You know what? Market will be there tomorrow.
Yeah, market's going to be there every day except the holidays. So,
and speaking of holidays, a happy early Father's Day to all of our dads and daddies in the chat.
That's right.
Shout out Kane.
I wonder if Leo gets bonus points now that he's got an extra kid. I wonder if he gets more pancakes in the morning or something.
Yeah, more pancakes, extra 5 minutes to sleep, I think.
That would be sick.
Are we going to make a new high of the day here on the close?
SL, how do I use the volume delta chart? Yeah, I'll help you out. There's literally no minutes left in this show today, but if you come hang out with me tomorrow, 11 to noon, or just whenever, I'm happy to walk you through how I use the delta volume profile for sure. All right, well, we got to the end of the day.
We did it.
That was weird. But
It was a fun session, though.
okay, cool. Yeah, I had fun. Things happened. Yeah. I hope everything's cool tomorrow. And we're going to attack it again. Tune in bright and early. I believe PAX will be on Capital Preservation Friday, followed by Sarah, I think. And then I'll be on 11 to noon, chilling. And then, yeah, I'll take you into the weekend. So thanks, everybody, for hanging out. Thank you, Nick.
Thank you, buddy.
Oh, they switched me to the side, so I have to look this way. Thank you, Nick.
Thanks. So thank you, everybody in the chat. Everyone have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and we will see you back here tomorrow morning, bright and early.
That's right, everybody. Please be safe out there and be good to each other.